So hello everyone. So you had seen the effect. It's just like the electro effect, or you can say that it's sparking effect. So with the help of Tyflow, I had just completed this. So let's see how you can make this type of effect in 3ds Max and Tyflow. So let's start. So before I'm to start or import any animated character, we have to just start with the two spheres so that we can create the spark between two of them. So just simply I will just take two of the objects, could be anything like sphere, box, anything, to differentiate the size and see the difference. So let's take a box and just simply. But before starting anything, just do a unit setup thing. So just go and customize unit setup. Generic unit, one unit is equal to 1 centimeter. It's fine. Okay. It's all good. And I'll just put both of them a bit up and start. So I need a Tyflow. We have to start this. So just open the editor. Took a birth object, that's fine, and at 50, or we can just adjust this timing as it's the starting and the end time of the effect, so you can control it or you can change it at any time. So I just took this, and to decrease the particle count, just decrease a bit, 100 is fine. And now I need a position object. Position object, and over here I have to select the one object from whom the spark will start. So I will just select this sphere, and next I need a spawn. Let's put it down. And spawn, you have to just click this. Step height should be 10. It's fine. It's very good. You can also decrease this. It's I will explain it in the I will explain this what it work. But first of all, to explain this, I need to complete the effect. So after spawn, it could be travel by distance, and step size should be 10. And after that, I need a target through which my particles got attracted. So for that, I will just use a find target and change this to control by velocity to control by time, and decrease the time amount to 1. And it's done. And pick the object to whom the particle go and attract, and particle get attracted. So my initial position is this, and the final position is this. Then I have a bit simple effect, like you can see. If let's change it to the ticks, change it to ticks, and you will see it's working. As you see, when I move the timeline, the particles start moving from one object to another, but it's continue move, so I need to add a delay. So just delay, just put it down, change this value a bit to on event age, and just decrease it to 2, and it's fine. That's good to go. So now it's good. Now we need a surface test. So let's delete this and delete this. We have to just connect it with spawn, and in surface distance, I have to pick both of them. Okay, and let's keep this value 10. If I just increase this value, you will see a less spark between them, or you can see the straight spark between them. So now next thing, I need a spread, so it could create a bit noisy effect between the spark. Or you can see, if you go through the video, you will see these type of a bit noisy effect. So we need two things. First is spread, and another thing is the force, turbulence, so that we can create this type of turbulent effect, or you can say the noise effect. So now we need a spread, and spread, I have to decrease this random spread to 0, and the noise spread should be around 20 or something. We can play with this, or 3, and scale should be a bit small, so I will use 0.025, or nothing extra. Just delete this. And after this, I need a send out thing, so that we can send this value, and with a spread and without a spread. So first I need a send out. So here we are just sending the data with the surface test with the spread, but I need another copy, and we have to connect this to this. And now here at this point, you will see we are sending the data. Here this send out is sending the data with a spread, and this data is send out data is sending only with the surface test. So now we need another event, so the both send out would be connected. So for that, I need a resample. Okay, I need a resample, and then I have to connect this and this way. That's fine. And just add up the display, so you can see the particles between these and these. At resample thing, we need I don't think, just we need to decrease this, so it could you could say that it help in creating a bit jitter effect between the lines or the sparks which we were creating. So just decrease a bit, like to 10, and the count should be 5 or something. So threshold should be 10 and count should be 5. That's fine. And now we need to slow down the effect. So for that, we need to add a slow, and just increase the velocity a bit to 30. Before taking the next event, I need tie spline. So in the spline menu, you will find this. Just drag this, and you have to take a tie spline measure. It's fine. And just decrease the radius a bit, 0.25, or over here the tube size. This is the most important part. So if you keep this value to 6, you will get a cylindrical sparks, but in my case I used a bit 2, so I could create a bit realistic effect in sparks. So I'll just keep it to 2. And now we have to return in Tyflow, and you have to take force, just put it down, and after that just find this, and in this force I have to put this turbulence to a bit around 1 or something. First one should be 1, frequency should be 0.05 or something, scale should be turbulence scale should be around 0.08. Definitely don't use this. You can use the iteration, and 0.5, scale should be 15, so frequency will be 15, scale 1, rotation is 3. That's good. Here I need more turbulent value, around 0.05, frequency 0.08, Iteration should be 3. Okay, we have created a turbulent field. If I just did a bit, say there is a connection but it's not connecting yet. So for that, see there's a bit spark there. So now I have to copy this delete event also. So just copy this with the help of shift and drag, and just increase a bit range to 3. It's fine. And over here I need a spline path. So we had already took a tie spline over here. So this point, just add a spline path and just put it down and just remove this display, or you can just simply click on the icon and it will get disabled. And in the spline path, just click on pick object, go in the tie spline, and see it's working good. And in this I have to click to this to siblings. We will see the spark between my two of object is working. So now I had told you that for this value I will make you understand what this thing is doing over here. So if we decrease the spline to 10, you will see this amount of spark get decreased. So in my case I just put it to 80. I'm not going to verify, put increase the value, or I just put it to 50. So I decrease the spark amount. Just put it, so that's fine for me. Now I have to do a bit changes in tie spline, so just put it over here. And in this case I need in tie spline, just change the this to curve. So see, at this point the spark is getting too low. So at this point I will just put it down also. Just do this. So the only thing is having width in the middle part, the initial and the final part here. So here's the result. See. So I don't need type of this curve thing, I need a sharp, so I have to change the setting for spline blue. So here we have, just change this to clay and you will see like permanent. Let's see, spark were going good. And now let me explain the values why I took that values. So just open the editor, and here if I just decrease the amount to 10, you will see the noise between the sparks were reduced. So I will just took it to 20, it's fine. So it's like a bit hazy effect, or you can scale a bit 1. So see this. So it's 1 is also fine. And in the surface distance, if I increase this to 50 around, you will see the spark between both this part and this one gets straightened. See, but so for that, increase it to 20. It's good. Is fine. Or you can take a 15 and start with the 5 variation. Perfect. And now at resample, I had took the threshold value by distance to be 10. If I decrease a bit, so let's first of all just decrease a bit to 2 and see this haziness, or see this noise, or if I increase this, we'll see this smoothness. So it's not looking good. That's why I took that value to 10 and count to be, or you can just put it 8 also. That's also fine. If I increase that to 1, you will say it's like how much noise were between these two segments or something. So if I increase the count to 10, you will see the number of more number of these type of noisy effect or turbulent effect. So just keep it to 5, that's fine for me, or you can increase definitely in your case too. So this is the basic thing which we need to know before creating any type of a spark effect. So for that I have to just replace these two targets to another targets or something. So at this point it's working fine. So just off these whole display thing, and it's looking like it's cool. It's working fine. And now I need over here, and just go over here, need a surface test. So drag it down, take another display, connect this thing, and this just pick the initial point, this one. You see the spark we're creating a bit at the distance. So now if I increase or decrease, it means like the particles could be increased by this. If I increase the number, the particle, this type of particle will increase over here. If I decrease this, the distance between these spark initiation or the spark starting will be stick to the object. So now I have to add some of things, like first of all I need a delete event. So let's put it to 1. Now I need speed. Don't need this to be 3D, and just need it to be particle Z, or you can just random use random. And the divergence I just give a value of 90, and we are good to go. And now just simply shift and drag this thing, so the sparks were starting from a bit distance, and some of them. So let's decrease this distance a bit, 5. Now just to keep a bit distance, so I use this. So if I just simply scale it down, put this thing a bit forward, you will see which is throwing electricity, just like the character called Electro or Thor from Spider-Man and Avengers. So I have to just simply animate this thing with the character, or have to just link this thing to a character. So for animated character I'm using Mixamo, and for that I need to select a character, or if you have a character. So I will just took this, or you can choose any one of them. You can use this character also, but I believe this is the good character, as it's up to you what you want to use. Or I'll just recommend one thing, so don't use too heavy character, guys. Going to for load and max, just go with this character. So now it's time to add some animation if you're done with the selection of the character. So I will use a bit result, and you will see it's a lot of animation, like throwing sparks and throwing anything toward any. So you see, which I have used this animation, or this. Also good. So for that, if you are done with your animation or overdrive a bit, decrease a bit. Okay, so now I'm good with this character, so just download this. So now just import the character. So import it. So character. So now I have the character now. So for a moment, just hide the both of them. Just do this. Now, just select this and hide. And over here, select your starting object from which the spark is starting or generating, and just simply align with this bone over here. And now I click and hide all. And you see it's working, but again I don't see. Just arranged a bit. And now I'll add this again. And now just simply link this sphere or any object with this bone. So for that I'm using this select and link. Just click over here, you will see a thread type thing, and just simply drag on, you will see a yellow type of selection, and just release your click. So now you will see the ball is animating with the hand also. It's a good thing. And now just unhide all. Let's see the sparks were generating. But I don't need at this point. I don't need these spark at this point. For that, I have to just simply animate things. So for that, from here, I think we need at the point at frame 26. I need to start my this electricity or thunder effect animation, and I need to be like, it's like straight forward to hit something. So for that, what I have to do is to just go in Tyflow in this thing. At the initial where I told you at the starting that you have to manage these things with your animation or whatever you want to. So just keep this thing to be 25 around, or you can increase this effect so that this spark will increase also. So if you increase with this, so you will see this. this point I need this to be ended at 47. Just the value 47 or point. Let's hide this a bit. This also just right click and hide selection. So what you see, only animating mesh and the sphere. So we had it's good. And these. So 0.28 just animations. Start it with 20. So I think I had forgotten something is this, that if somebody is throwing this, so for that just simply change these values so that object should be resist and point should be random. And increase this thing a bit up. So it's fine. And now you can also play with this, like from repeater to count 200. So just I will decrease it to like 50 or something. Or I will just change it to 19, or it should be 10 or something. Repeat the interval after 20. Should be 5. Yes. At this point, I have to animate this box also. Now you can increase the count a bit, around 18 also fine. This spread increase 25 or decrease this. It's fine. Simply drag this a bit over here also. Right click, object property, just check these, display as box, and uncheck renderable. So you'll see it's like this. So now I have to animate this box also. So for that I will just put it over here. If this is from this point, just put it here. Just start auto key, right click, enter key, just drag this and this tint finger, just simply do this. That's cool. Do the same thing which we had done with this sphere. Just right click, object property, check this display as box and uncheck this renderable. So now what we have is this. Let's hide them. See. So we had created this effect. In the next part, you will see about the texturing and lighting part of this following and compositing also, so that we can create a realistic effect with this cool animation stuff or what we had created. So I'm also making a tutorial on this. I have just created this, but also I'm just working on this. So soon you will get the tutorial on this whole effect. You can see that the same thing which we had seen in Thor Ragnarok. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial, and please say something about how you feel about this. Please comment below how you feel this, how feel this tutorial were good or bad, and what I need to improve more. So thank you very much.